In the last chapter, we briefly introduced naming simple cycloalkanes. Let's review how to name cycloalkanes, and then go into depth with the various substituents and changes we would have to be able to name. At this point, you should be familiar with naming alkanes depending on the number of carbons. We just need to add a prefix cyclo in front of the name. For example, a 4-carbon ring would become cyclobutane. A 5-carbon ring would be called cyclopentane. A 6-carbon ring would be called cyclohexane. However, if we have a substituent on a ring, we need to follow very similar rules to the IUPAC rules we learned before. For example, this 6-carbon ring has a bromine attached to it. So we would start numbering the parent chain to give the bromine the lowest number possible. The name of this molecule will therefore be 1-bromo-cyclohexane. Similarly, remember priorities with naming substituents. Alcohols have higher priorities than both alkyl substituents and halide substituents. So we begin numbering to give alcohols the lowest number possible. We also must number in the direction to give the rest of the substituents the lowest number. Therefore, the name of this molecule is 3-bromo-1-cyclohexanol. Cyclic molecules could get a little confusing. For example, look at this molecule. We have a cyclopropane connected to a pretty long carbon chain. Is the cyclopropane still our parent chain? This is where the confusion sets in. If we have a greater number of carbons compared to a ring, the chain is actually our parent chain. The number 2 carbon contains a cyclopropyl substituent. The name of this molecule is then 2-cyclopropylhexane. But we don't always follow that rule. For example, if you looked at this molecule and chose one of the cyclopentanes as your parent chain, you'd have a little bit of trouble naming the very large substituent. The only way to name this molecule is to dedicate this middle carbon chain as the parent chain, and the cyclopentanes as substituents on the 1st and 4th carbons. Therefore, the name of this molecule is 1,4-dicyclopentylbutane. In the next video, we'll continue cyclic alkanes, but move to a slightly different form, bicyclic cycloalkanes. Practice these concepts with the free worksheets and answer keys available in the description below. See you guys in the next video.